right, we're live.
Good morning, all of you. It is I, and he is the cowboy, and I am the gorilla, and we are Algo Factory Tech. Follow us on Algo Factory Tech and everywhere else. We're pretty much everywhere, right, man?
Yeah, we're on Mars. We're
Yes.
on no, really, we're on YouTube. We're
Yes.
on we're not on Twitch. We're on Rumble,
Yeah.
YouTube, and X.
Yes. Yes.
And we're also our private live lab is on somewhere else on Telegram. So if you want to get the private, that's another story. You'll tell us about that here coming up soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You want to get us on the private, that's where you want us to, you will find us, because private is where it's at, and if you don't know, you are whack.
That's right, Jack.
Yeah. Algo Factory Tech, the only place where we not only teach you how to trade, but teach you how to construct the algorithms that trade on your behalf 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. No matter what market you're working, no matter what the market condition is, the algos will work for you. As long as you do the coursework, as long as you trust the system and follow it, you will not lose. Join us or die.
I mean, you're building your own system at that point. So this is one thing about trading. A lot of people fail because they don't understand how to build a system, right?
Yep.
And one of the key components to building a system is the psychological aspect. And when it comes to especially Forex trading in particular, there's a statistic out there that I believe is still true. It's something that I learned a couple of years ago, but 90% of Forex traders lose 90% of their money in the first 90 days. That's 90 days. So, you got to understand how to make sure that bad trading psychology doesn't screw you over, because that's where you're going to get hurt. That actually is most of where, if you have a good system, that's fine. But if you don't have your psychology down, you lose. And part of having that psychology has to do with it has to do with building your own system that you have created. And this is really key. This is where people don't really get it. If you build your system and you test it, then you have put it through its paces. You have been the one to do so. And because that's the case, because you already know the statistical degree of probability of success, then you're not going to stop trading just because you lost a trade. You're going to say, well, yeah, my trade wins, my methodology wins 72% of the time. I guess this is one of the 28% that it didn't work out, right? And that's key. I mean, that's like big time key. You can see that I'm actually forming a trade right now on the euro. So everybody gets to see this trade right now. It's going to be a high risk, high reward trade. So for those of you who trade Forex, you're going to enjoy this. Let's see here. We'll put our stop right there. This is a good breakout trade. And let's go long. I got to do this pretty quick here, because it is going to go without me if I don't. So right off the bat, we got a trade. And let me go to my trade station here. Let's see here. Yeah, I know. Stop loss 1.06328. Okay. Put a small 3-digit risk on this one. We'll be keeping it 3 digits for these scalps, not going above 1,000. It just seems to make sense. Now, I'm good with the algos on this. Let's go ahead and bring this below. Yeah, it's below breakout. I'm gonna go ahead and enter this right now. So I'll enter it. The trade is live. And I'm going to have my take profit. I'll show you how I do this all once it's actually done, because I need to hurry up and get in on this. So give me a second. This is part of like these trading sessions. I was starting to suffer because I wasn't trading. That's a problem. I would get so far into the explanations, but this is supposed to be a live trading session, right? So I'm like, why am I not trading? So I needed to get, I need to get better at that. Okay. And I'm going to have to zoom out to make this work, because I zoom in on these shows so you all can see the numbers on the screen, but then it screws up my trade station. Okay, so, and then my take profit's at 1.06834. So 684. Perfect. All right. Well, that trade's live. Let's get my entry on this one. What is it at? Ah. Okay. Entry at 1.06478. 4. This is a lovely morning breakout trade. So what happened with this trade is that on a higher time frame, price wanted to turn around, and a lot of people went long on this EUR-USD trade. They went long over here, and they got stopped out because the price wanted to continue down and grab liquidity. I knew that to be the case. I scalped into some profits on this move up that happened. I think it was Friday. I scalped into some profits, and I actually scalped into some profits shorting yesterday in this area. These are quick trades in and out within maybe an hour, 15 minutes sometimes. Just taking out $50 here, $100 there. I mean, if you can make $100 an hour sitting at your desk, it's not too bad of a deal, right? But once I start to get these wider plays, I'll actually put a few $100 at least on it. This is on the 5-minute chart. Okay, so this is a day trade. Excuse me. So this trade could be out. I mean, I could be done by like 9 a.m. my time, which is in 2.5 hours, right? As of now, I am in profit, and happily so. So let's go ahead and move on and take a look at what people want to see. All right, thanks for the patience, everybody. Cowboys got to make that money. We've got some comments in the show here. Let's broaden out the screen. Let's see what people are saying.
Making money is racist.
Yeah, it's kind of racist. Oh, what's up? Jose in the house. Jushi.
Who? What?
That's a buddy of mine from Twitter. Good guy. All right, so yeah, good deal. All right, good. We got our trade on. And for those of you who see this, it's not investment advice. I'm not saying, hey, take this trade. But you know what? You get to see me do it. So if it's part of your research and you take a trade that looks similar, I can't stop you. But not investment advice. Good. What do you want to see, V? What chart you want to look at?
Let's pull up Bitcoin, man. Let's pull up Bitcoin. Let's look at Ethereum right after, and then we'll go to private.
Yeah, Jose, if you love the charts, man, feel free to speak up. Like if you want to see a chart or if you have input on a chart, we'd love to hear it. I'll talk to Jose about everything but charts. Nice. Jose, aka Jushi.
I'm jealous.
Yeah, well, you know what, bro? You gotta be involved, man. Gotta be involved. Yeah, right. Dude, you're the things in which you're involved enhance the charts. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
so
I'm just talking about the bromance here.
Bromance. Oh, you're the only one, man. Don't worry. All right, so Jupiter. Yeah, we'll do Jupiter at the end. We'll look at Bitcoin, look at Jupiter. All right. So Bitcoin,
yeah, this is a good idea. Bitcoin and Jupiter sounds awesome.
Oh yeah, I hold a fair amount of Jupiter. So what we're looking at here is what I thought would happen. Can you see that I drew this during the look? We do 2 shows. The Grill and I do this morning show, right? We do this for 10 minutes, and then we go to the private group for about an hour, a little under an hour, depends on who's got what questions. And then I do another show that usually lasts about 10 minutes, and 2 times out of 5 I'll cover Bitcoin. Right. I might showcase a coin, but I usually cover Bitcoin even in those shows. And in yesterday's show, it was a chart roundup for the beginning of the week. And you can see that my forecast on the 3-hour chart, this is basically swing trading. You can see that I call for consolidation, whether it goes down or up. It did grab some liquidity to the downside. So the liquidity has probably changed by now. So let's go ahead and take a look at that over on the Kingfisher. Let's get a new liquidation map. Yeah, come on, man. Let's go. Good. All right. So now there's liquidity to the upside that's built up as compared to yesterday. So we're looking at if the charts favor a move up, the close in liquidity is 63.8 to about 64.1. So 63.8 to 64.1. All right. So it's actually moved down. So this would be a micro move. This would just be sort of a shift up to real close. I wouldn't even worry about that, what I just talked about here, because it's right. I mean, you're talking about like a little tiny day trade with Bitcoin in a very low volatility arena. So the next bit of liquidity, and that's substantial, actually is going to be at 69.8. But again, in order to get up to these areas, the charts have to favor a move up, right? But that's pretty high, 69.8 compared to, when you're zoomed in like we are, you're looking at a significant move back up. And like I talked about, if Bitcoin does bounce at this area, I do believe it would head up towards the top of the range. And again, just look at yesterday's show that I put out. That was the afternoon show. And this is going to display what I still think, what I said yesterday, I still am standing by. So watch that. We're going to take a look at Jupiter because we're running out of time. All right. So algo wise, Jupiter looks like a lot of altcoins, right? So it's a great coin, and it really went up to at least my first target. Never quite made it up to my second target at 197, right? It's just that right now in this pullback, the market is panicking. You got a lot of new people in the market. This is like one of the funniest things. I crack up with people like, what? I get these like text messages. What happened to crypto? Why is it going down? I'm like, because it's up like 500% from last year, dude.
It's a good time to take profits.
Like 500%,
here's the thing: we've talked about that there's going to be a pullback before the halvening. We're witnessing it, and this was before this whole Israel nonsense in the Middle East popped off. So with this, it's like this that we're witnessing. Cabo, what do you have as a low over here for this call?
I'm the worst I think that'll happen in the current environment, unless something changes, unless something fundamentally changes in the entire market. The worst I'd see is a dip back down to these pre-March lows, right? So that would be roughly at about 50 cents. Now, right now it's at 96 cents. And it did dip down to 75 cents, grab liquidity right here at this consolidation order block. So I would go order block by order block. And the next most likely place it would go would probably be the middle of this little tiny, so let me zoom in a little bit. There's this small consolidation right here. The middle of that is about 58, 59 cents, which is also the top of this longer kind of block right here. So I would say a dip down to 60 cents is realistic, but we're so close to the halving happening in a few days that if Bitcoin does decide to head up and be done, and we're going to talk about that in the private room, what we think is actually going to happen with that, it's just a good likelihood it could just head back down to like 75 cents and bounce. Now, to take a look at the actual algos, this is on the daily. Daily algo is pretty calm. It could go either way. I'm not seeing a lot of data on the daily algo, right? As far as the weekly algo and how that's panning out, there's just not enough data. It's too new of a coin. So I'm going to have to rely on price action here at this point. Price action and understanding of the halving and how it usually goes. So I do expect a rollover and price to head down to like 75 cents ish, right? Revisit this low. Now that could create a double bottom where price heads up after that. That's going to be greatly dependent on Bitcoin. So if I were trying to swipe up some Jupiter, I would look at let's just say I'm trying to average in, maybe get some Jupiter, get some good deals. I would try to buy some possibly at 75. As price approached 75, I would take a look at the rest of the market. And if the rest of the market seemed kind of like static and not necessarily going to fall, then I might pick some up. If the rest of the market seemed like it needed to fall a little bit more, then I would hold off until either price came down to this level, this kind of 60, 56, whatever kind of 50s and 60s level. And I would actually wait to buy it until Bitcoin seemed like it leveled off. And Bitcoin right now, as far as the algos are concerned, still has blood in the water. It could dip down below 60. I think there's a high probability it won't, but it's touch and go right now. It's 60,000 is a little bit of a must bounce. So that's where I'm at with it. But Juice, you know how to find me, dude. You got questions in the background? It's cool. Let me know. But that's it. That's what we got right now. So we gotta get over to the private room via the Gorilla, sir. Can you get us out of here?
Absolutely. Listen, guys. Listen. It's the only place where the most prolific trading group on the planet. Not only do you learn how to trade, but we also teach you how to build the algorithms that trade on your behalf 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, irrespective of the market. And also, you understand the geopolitical, geostrategic, geoeconomic factors that play into the broader economic spectrum. And that is something we deliver that nobody else can even come close to touching. Between that and the algo development, there's no competition. Join us and learn how to make money in the largest transfer of wealth in human history. With that being said, Cowboy, take it away.
Join us or die.